And we are back today doing another Talk to Transformer. Making AI write fanfiction is probably the best way to put it. That's what I call that. That's what I named the other video. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. Anyway, so basically, I'm not gonna get into the whole thing about how this works because for one, I don't really know. I just know how to use it because it's really easy. But two, I explained it in the last video, so if you want to go watch that, then go watch that. There will be a link to it somewhere in this video. Hopefully, I'll remember to do that. Yeah, anyway, so basically, I'll just type in something, and I figured we would do Batman today. Spider-Man was the last video, so we'll focus on Batman today. We'll just put in the term Batman is, okay? And we'll see what happens. And then it'll do the circle loady thing, and eventually it will give us a nice, oh boy, oh boy, okay then, this is interesting. All right, so Batman is Batman would be a joke if he was a developer and his movie was such a bleeping blockbuster. It would be a joke. Developers look at the cumulative impact of their hard work on the games industry and then watch the games they make gross more money than all the movies they made in the last decade combined. Developers get to look at Sony's poor, or at least delayed, efforts at indies and at Valve's faltering at the core game business and realize that both of these companies aren't living up to their own, even absurd, expectations. Their main beef is that indies don't get to share revenue from Steam or consoles. So what? They are obviously paying the rent, and if you want to argue that they should. Alright, so I don't know what happened. I guess because of the rumors of the new Batman Arkham game. But this took a weird turn. That first line is going in the thumbnail though. That's for sure. Alright, so let's try to get more of a story. Last time I feel like the biggest weakness of that video is there wasn't really a story. There wasn't meat to the story. So we'll start out something simple. Batman punched Joker. Alfred cried out in. Alright, so we got 3 characters. Hopefully this will be enough to keep it on track. Okay, never mind. Batman punched Joker. Alfred cried out in shock. As Batman paused, Alfred recovered. Batman-sama Angela. She rushed over and made a backhand punch at Batman. Although it was just a small blow, it was powerful enough to hurt Batman's body. The damage caused by the little punch was not major. If it was a regular day, the healing of her injuries would probably recover within a day or two. Yes, I was talking about, we can discuss everything. Angela. Angela had returned back to her usual self. She made a cold face at Batman. It was probably because she was ashamed of her blunt actions. Who is Angela? Who is Angela? What is this? Okay. I don't know who Angela is. I don't know what happened, but it is a story, technically. I can say that, like, it actually wrote a fanfiction story. Okay, I feel a little better now. We're gonna make like the big blockbuster finale of a Batman story, right? So let's see what it gave me. The Batmobile crashed to a halt. Weary after the events of the long night, Batman jumped out into the rain-soaked streets to confront his greatest foe one final time. Ah, Batman, Joker cackled. You made it. I'm proud of you. I should have killed you with that boomerang. Batman frowned. He knew that Joker meant him no harm and had nothing to say. He was just glad to be out of the realm of Joker. Now he just had to find out what was going on at Arkham Asylum. Batman found all the hallways were empty. At first he thought that he was the only inmate. He expected to hear someone entering or a door opening, but the only sound coming from the cell block were a weak piano. Alright, we gotta see where this story goes, so, because that was, like, mostly coherent. Not the whole thing, but mostly. I don't know why Joker had a boomerang, but he did, and it kind of worked. Okay, so, alright, Batman found all the hallways were empty. At first, he thought he was the only inmate. He expected to hear someone entering or a door opening, but the only sounds coming from the cell block were a weak piano, ticking of his clock, and his own slow breaths. He wondered what he had done to deserve this. What was the point of all the torture? So far, no words were coming from the speaker. The falling sound of the tables and chairs had drowned out any sound that the outside was making. In all his torture, he had only heard silence. It was then that he noticed there was a picture hanging on the wall. He got up to look at it. It was the image of two people hugging, with the caption, "It all started in my mind." Batman shook his. Alright, this is actually going quite well. I'm kind of surprised. It usually gives you something, but it doesn't stay on the same track the whole time. And it's not, this isn't going to be an Eisner Award-winning comic anytime soon, but it's something. All right. Let's see what it gives us. All right, Batman shook his head. The bat ring was broken. The bat phone was missing, and he couldn't access his bat computer. The right button was pressed, and the red light on the bat phone emitted a... Okay, so now it's going a little heavy on the bat merchandise stuff, but it's still kind of a story. It still emitted a weak pulse. This would notify Batman of his whereabouts, and the tip would stay in range for a full minute or so before dying. Batman adjusted the bat computer on the Batwing and moved the vehicle to the spot where he had seen the thief on the rooftops. He didn't linger, but focused on the area. The woman was down there. Maybe it was her sister. Who's her? Never mind. That would be more of a shame if it was her sister. He recognized the sounds of bad dialogue when someone was under stress. In the modern age, did Talk to Transformer just start writing, like, fourth wall-breaking stories? Huh. That's interesting. Alright, so we'll leave it here, and we'll start a new story. We'll start... Because that was satisfying, I think. That was like... Yeah, it had... You know what? No. We're going to take this, and we're going to see how far it can go. That's a bit long, but we need Batman in the thing, in the little sample we give it, or otherwise... Alright, he wouldn't have been able to break the cycle. Using a skill, Batman moved quickly through the darkened alley and came to the light in the alley. He was looking at the shadowed room behind him. "Whoa," he said. "Who are you? Can you see what I see?" "No," a female voice responded. "The computers..." Wow, this is... I'm really surprised that this is working so well. This has never worked this well before. Okay, the computer's not working. Alright. Batman snickered and turned his attention to the terminal. He had been monitoring its operation throughout the night, and after finally getting an answer, he sent another transmission. "It's your office, Liz. You're not in trouble, you know that." Liz lowered her head and said nothing. Now we wait for a response from team members. Batman pressed a few buttons, and the computers worked for a few... I mean, I don't know who Liz is. She came out of nowhere. But, like, it's not the worst thing. Alright, worked for a few moments before restarting and producing a random password. "I don't remember anything," he said. "My backup's gone. Maybe it's not a good idea to start a new backup system now." The computer showed that his voicemail was running. "Oh, the voicemail," said Batman. He tapped the display and heard a woman's voice. "Batman, you've got to come to Gotham City, man! We need to talk to you!" "My voicemail's on." "Who can I talk to? Because if I tell you a hero like you from the Justice League, you'll have to kill me." "What?" "Because if I tell you a hero like you from the Justice League, you'll have to kill me." What is happening? This is... Alright. This is going on longer than I expected. I was expecting to get, like, a few random little things, but this is turning into a bad story, but, like, not an awful story. Okay, I think this can be the end. The last time Batman talked to Owlman and Lex, that's who they were. But Batman had just returned from a mission. He didn't have time to mourn, so he had come back to live in Gotham. He was fighting crime again, as well as the opposite. Isn't the opposite breaking the law? Though he didn't care about protecting people. Alright, we'll give it a pass. He was just fighting for the excitement that was Aquaman and talking about Christmas. Does this mean that because Aquaman came out, the movie Aquaman came out around Christmas time? Is this talking about how excited Batman is to watch the movie Aquaman? Okay, all right. As Batman walked into the hospital the very same night the woman he was meant to save had died, he wanted to talk to Owlman and Lex, but he didn't. It was only a dream. We'll just say only a dream. That's a good ending for whatever this story was. Let's see if we can get something a little weirder though. But start out with Batman and Catwoman. Batman and Catwoman finally met in Gotham City, one of the great endings in comic book lore. After giving up their headquarters to Damian Wayne, Batman continues to fly the Batwing over Gotham City to finish the job Batman started in the first part of the story to bring down the former leader of the Wayne Corporation. One day, after parting ways with Alfred, Batman visits his only son, Damian, at Wayne Manor. It spells Damian differently twice. We're gonna ignore that and keep going. At Wayne Manor, and the two develop a positive bond which lasts until the latter's first day at Wayne Tech. This ties into some of the similarities between Damian and Bruce, one of which is, as Bruce himself says at the end of the storyline in the Batman Arkham games, he isn't Mr. Batman. Um, well, he isn't Mr. Batman. That is technically true. That's all right. What happens if we put in Mr. Batman? He isn't Mr. Batman. Let's see the story. He isn't Mr. Batman, and his new mission to save Gotham is just as vital to the tale of Bruce's becoming Batman. In the official press release, it's explained his return has potential to completely reshape the story, and it starts with Batman the Killing Joke, the 13th chapter in the epic one shot. In it, Bane's invasion of Gotham will reach a climax, and once again, the Caped Crusader will need to take on his most menacing adversary. This is a must-read chapter of Batman's life that any Batman fan can't miss. Fans should know that this new storyline isn't standalone. It's safe to say that many fans, myself included, were disappointed that Terry McGinnis's something. Yeah, so I think that just mixed like news about the Three Jokers and City of Bane, I guess. I don't know how Mr. Batman has anything to do with it, but I mean, yeah, Mr. Batman. Okay, I think we've run on for long enough today. That one story kept going, and I wasn't expecting it to. But thank you for sticking around this long, and maybe consider liking, commenting, subscribing, yada yada yada. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Yeah, that's it. Cool. Have a great day, and goodbye, everybody.